Hey, Mike. Oh, he's got a new background.
Well,
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
you could tell. You could tell he's farther away and everything.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a new background.
Yeah, a whole new background. Ah, There's nothing.
So,
It's incomplete. There's nothing. Just
yeah, there's nothing. You could do a green screen now for sure.
that's true.
I like the flowers. They're a nice touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little added bonus.
So how's the move going, Mike?
That's going.
Is
It's
it done?
still
Or is it
no.
next? Oh, it's next Tuesday. That's right.
Yeah, the key handoff is Tuesday,
I
but it's
forgot what day of the week it is. I forgot we
yeah
called yesterday.
yeah
I've been busy.
yeah. But we've been staying here. I mean, we're in the new house. It's just still like in the process of clearing out the old one and cleaning it up and getting it ready to hand the keys over. That's it.
Okay, the year is 2021. It's the 29th of July, and you're wasted away on the North Coast with Amigo Schmo.
Like
And Mickey.
he,
I'm
he
drinking.
always pauses on the date. Always.
I forget how to say it. Did I do it right? I don't even know.
What are months?
I completely go blank. I'm drinking. I'm using the Glyph cup to drink some Jefferson Reserve, very old Kentucky bourbon.
Oh, nice. I got some very young twisted tea.
And I've got the house brand.
Yeah. I would have had that, but I just did feel like going downstairs to get one.
It's such a long way.
The bourbon's right here and the other across, on the other side of this wall.
So have you guys been keeping track of the latest Buffett concerts and stuff?
Not lately. I've been. I, don't- I'm not paying attention to much lately. For those first few concerts, they were playing them on Radio Margaritaville. I was listening to those. I happened to be in the car and stuff, so I'd listen to large chunks of them.
Same here. I have listened to chunks of some live concerts. I don't know what's what over the past few weeks. I
Well,
mean,
he did.
I said I should know this since I have a podcast, but
How many
I
shows did he
enjoyed
do?
it.
Was it was 4 shows at the beginning of July, right?
Hmm.
2 Nashvilles. No, 5 shows. That's right. There were 3 Nashvilles, Indianapolis, and Cincinnati. We're all at the beginning of July.
I heard a lot of maybe almost all of the Nashville,
Which
some
one?
of the Indianapolis, and none of the Cincinnati.
Well, I've got all of them recorded. I've got clips for all of them.
Nice.
I really don't think I'm unsure if you guys want to go through all 8 shows that we could talk about. Because I've got like how many clips? I got like 31 clips.
Wow.
32 clips.
It seemed like the shows were pretty similar. Am I wrong?
Well, let's talk about the Belly Up show first. That was
Yeah,
supposedly
okay.
that was supposedly Jimmy's first concert in front of an audience back in
Yes.
April. And that was the one that was streamed on Father's Day. A lot of people were very upset when they paid their money to find out that it wasn't going to be broadcast live,
Right.
It wasn't going to be streamed live, which got me thinking it's being advertised as his first show in front of an audience. So how could it be the first show if he did 4 shows in Florida at Delray Beach? So, I mean, think that one through for one thing. And then do you want to pay a fee to watch a show that was going to be broadcast live in front of you? Because that means you'd be paying for all the shows that are coming up. So I was annoyed at people that were complaining about this. But anyway, I did pay my $17.50. I talked myself into it. So I have a copy of the show. And here's the first clip. This is Jimmy walking out on stage. It was in front of an audience of 40 people, spread out over 10 tables. So it was a very intimate show. And Jimmy walked out on stage all by himself and had this to say as his first words in front of an audience.
What is going on? How many of you have been to a show recently? Well, after 14 months of not playing, you kind of have to will these things. And so I tried to will the fact that we were ready to go. and things just kind of fell into place, and they always usually do when you want them to. So we were just inviting family and friends of people here that we knew, and we knew we were just talking backstage. We were going, I think they're going to like us in the beginning, and they're not going to throw shit at us. This is really good. So we're starting off, and for those of you who kind of, it's been freaky, but this is not a Zoom call. So, and our mics are all on, and you know, I want to say that there are times in the long run, thank God, that I have had for whatever reason that 40 people was a big deal to me. And maybe back in the beginnings of this place, but you 40 people are a really big deal because this is the start of something that's a bigger deal. So hopefully we'll be able to get back on the road and do the kinds of things we always want to do. And I was thinking about it. I have a lot of close friends out here tonight that actually showed up. So this is good. Free tickets will get anybody out, but even at 5 o'clock somewhere in the afternoon. But I got to put it in pilot vernacular because we have been in mothballs for 14 months. And now I guess, this afternoon on this beautiful Solana Beach day, I think it's an appropriate hour of 5 o'clock to roll this airplane out of the hangar and knock a little dust and rust off of the wings and kick the tires and light the fires. And let's go for a little test flight around Miramar. So fasten your seatbelts, keep your social distance. Bill Walden, do not dance on a table. And we're going to have a little fun tonight as we change altitudes, attitudes, and latitudes. Thank you for coming. And now...
And then he introduced the band members, and it was pretty much the same as the Delray Beach concert, except John Lovell was not there. So it was just a 4-piece, or would that be a 5-piece, including Jimmy? It was Mac McAnally, Eric Darkin on percussion, Robert G on steel drums, and Mr. Utley. So yeah, that would be a 5-piece if you count Jimmy. And it was recorded over a Saturday and a Sunday. But I don't know the dates. It's really difficult to find out what the dates were. And the video seemed to be mainly from Saturday, but he did mention Sunday a couple times. So I can't really give you a set list because it's a combination of the two, but there weren't any specifically rare songs that he did. I do have a clip from Pencil Thin Mustache, which was the first song he did was Changes in Latitudes. And after that, he did Knees of My Heart. And there's the intro to Pencil Thin Mustache, which I thought was amusing. He's talking about mustaches.
Okay, this is a little song called Pencil Thin Mustache. And I never have had one, but I've always admired them on certain other people. Errol Flynn, Boston Blackie, I don't know, my Aunt Mabel. But anyway, it's a little song because it dates us a little bit because we now live in the time of legal marijuana. Who would have ever thought? Not me, that we happen to be. I love being in the legal marijuana business. How about you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Utley, okay. He's a certified stockholder, I believe, last time I looked.
The next song was Growing Older But Not Up, and during the intro, Jimmy explains that he sprained a toe on his right foot and cracked a rib on his left side. So he's grateful that he has some money in a medical marijuana business. Next clip is It's My Job, and it starts with Jimmy making a funny noise, and that's because he bumped into his guitar tech who was trying to plug his guitar in at the same time.
All right. Oops. Yeah, thanks. Okay.
What the hell was that?
This is a Mac McAnally song because I first heard about Mac back in the days when I was out here on ABC Donehill Records and working for some characters there who had signed him up, and I saw this album cover with a large red-headed person with no football helmet on, and it had dungarees on. I went, where did he get that? Where did he get that look? And it was Mac, and I heard a couple of great songs on that, and I've been recording his songs ever since. And so this is a little one that as we all get back to work and we all get back to having some fun, and we get to do that is our job. We get to have fun as a job, so thank you for that. And that's, you got one of those jobs too, don't you? Explain your part of it.
Well, I wrote this job when I wrote this song when I had a terrible job. I had a job working on the highway. And like most jobs, it kind of sucked. A lot of percentage of all jobs suck, but I learned a lesson on that job. I learned that even if it sucks, it's still important to do your best. And I wrote this song to try to remind me to do my best. In the last couple of years, in the last year and a half, it means a little bit something different. We got some healthcare providers and some first responders here today who did their job all year last year. So that when it's time that we can do ours, we can do it safely.
That is correct.
And we are so glad to get to, I can't tell you how much it means to stand on a stage with these guys and play again after all this time off. So it's a great pleasure to do It's My Job right now.
Fade out. Next clip is the Why Know and I Know. And Jimmy talks about the rest of the band during the intro. And I also found out that the really cool New Orleans sound of the Delray Beach show originated with this concert, which kind of makes sense, but it was just interesting to hear.
Anyway, when we were putting the show together, the first thing is, don't worry, because all the rest of the coral reefers are still with us. They're younger and not quite vaccinated yet. And, but hopefully as we move along and get the plane up to altitude, we'll have everybody back. And hopefully by the fall, we'll be able to come back here and just kick ass a little bit with the whole band. But you gotta start somewhere, and there's no better place to do it here. And this is a little song because we were playing around with stuff that when we don't have everybody here, and we have two vocalists here, and Mr. Utley chimes in occasionally on some things, right? The third part.
Very little, but
Yeah,
occasional.
And so, but we were playing around this song, and of course, we have a lot of New Orleans time, Mac and I do, and so does Mr. Utley there.
And then they go into talking about how they revamped Why Know and I Know. The next song is Grapefruit Juicy Fruit, and I've got a clip from that intro too. Jimmy's talking about a button, and it's a thing on his clip to his belt, I guess, on his back for volume. And so that's what he's talking about when he's constantly referring to the button.
All right. Huh? Okay. A little more on this, Richard. I can't hear. There we go. All right. Well, maybe it was my button too. Let me see. We both, I don't know, multitasking here. Okay. All right. They normally don't let me. I have a button here, but they say, do not touch that button. I'm gonna turn it just a little bit. I think that sounds a lot better, don't you?
Who told you not to turn those buttons?
Huh?
Out there? That guy?
That guy, Rich, told me not to turn them off. I don't know, Robert or Rich, I don't know, one of them told me not to turn it up, but I think it sounds pretty good.
And the next song.
Your mic is way there.
Yeah. The next song is Cheeseburger in Paradise, and Jimmy has problems again because he switched guitars. He switched a guitar to play Grapefruit, and now he switched to another guitar. And there's a problem with the strap. It came disconnected from the bottom of the guitar. I don't know if there's a name for the bottom of the guitar, but the strap slips off, and the guitar tech rushes over to help with the strap, and he forgets to actually turn on the amp for Jimmy's guitar. And Mac figured out what the problem was, and he just walks over and steps on the pedal. And so that's what you would be seeing if you paid your $17.50.
Thank you very much, little guitar. All right. Okay. Oops. What happened?
The strap had a year off too.
I don't know. What do you think? Okay, I got it. Okay. Now, if we just turn it on, it's going to be good. Yeah. That's okay, Ron. 10-time CMA guitar turner owner.
Multitask.
Multitasking his ass off up here, I'm telling you now. So, this is song.
Oh, I forgot. I got to pause it because I included some more talk with Jimmy, but I also did a hard edit to within this cheeseburger song because Mac was trying to sound like a referette. So listen in for him trying to sing falsetto.
Cheeseburger in Paradise, and all right, okay, so you know, try to keep your social distance, but if everybody wants to sing along on the verse, where we have no referettes here, so but just stay around your table and just sing your asses off on this thing, because but if you know the words, but if you don't know the words, go ahead and sing whatever you want to sing on here, because yeah, this has to be everybody's first show back, including us, right? Yeah. These moments we're left with, we will always remember.
Yes.
Oh, who is that? Who is that? Emmett Kelly or somebody like that. All right. Okay, little cheeseburgers in paradise. Okay, we're ready for this, huh? Okay, all right. I know how some of you like your cheeseburgers out there. Some of you I don't. Cheeseburger is paradise. Heaven on earth with an onion slice. Not too particular, not too precise. I'm just a cheeseburger in paradise.
Sounds like a cartoon character.
He's not a 10-time backing vocalist.
Female backing
Winner,
vocalist.
female.
Yeah, falsetto vocalist.
And shortly after that, Mac got to do Little Martha, and then when Jimmy came back on stage, he announced that he's changing the set list, and they did Jolly Man Sing. I don't know what song was originally intended for that spot, but they did do Jolly Man Sing. And then they did a bunch more songs. Frank Marshall, producer-director Frank Marshall, came out to play on Margaritaville, and the final song was Lovely Cruise, just like Jimmy hinted at earlier. And that was the Belly Up show. 22 songs recorded sometime in April, on a weekend in April. So fast forward 2 months to June 5th. And I think this is after the Del Rey shows. I think those were in May, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it was the Jerry Jeff Walker tribute concert, which was like 3.5 hours long and broadcast on Radio Margaritaville, and also viewable on a Jerry Jeff Walker tribute concert website where you could stream it. I did not do that, but I did listen to it on Radio Margaritaville, and it took 3 hours for Jimmy to show up. He showed up right around the 3-hour mark, and he did 3 songs. They were Railroad Lady, which you'd expect because that's his collaboration with Jerry Jeff. Everybody's Talking, and also Sangria Wine, the Jerry Jeff song Sangria Wine, which I don't remember ever hearing before, but it sure sounded familiar.
Oh yeah, I've heard it. And
Yeah.
Somebody else, is it Todd Snyder, does a cover of that?
I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. When I play the Joe Tashler radio station on Apple Music, that's the song Jerry Jeff's version will come up once in a while. Now I want to say I heard this.
I did. I
Radio
heard this
Margaritaville.
concert. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or something. Maybe I heard this.
And
The-
I heard like a lot of the artists. I remember listening to a lot of it before Jimmy even came on.
Mhm. It wasn't bad. I
No,
was
it was-
kinda
it was
surprised.
good.
I'm wondering if I heard a wrap up because I think I heard Railroad Lady. What was the other song you said?
Everybody's Talking, which is off, which is an old song, and it's also on Meet Me in Margaritaville.
Yeah. I heard this.
Old song
But-
from the 70s.
I can't believe it'd be the concert. I didn't hear other artists. It must have been, Kirsten revisiting. But anyway,
Yeah,
But
maybe.
there was somebody like right before him, and then
I just
even
thought-
maybe somebody right after that was good.
I thought
They
it was
had-
just old.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'd have to go back to I didn't write down the people that appeared in it. I know Steve
look
Earle
right.
was part of it. That's the only name that comes to mind.
I'll
The
look.
intro to Railroad Lady is I mean, it was Jimmy was really feeling nostalgic, so his intros went on forever. It's like an 8-minute intro, and I'm not going to play it for you guys. I'm giving you guys a break so you don't have to just stare into your camera for 8 minutes. But I am going to make it an exclusive on the audio podcast version to show some love for the audio podcast version, which is getting short shrift these last few months.
And can we say interesting?
There you go.
Interesting.
There we go. Thank you very much. But I will play the intro to Sangria Wine. It doesn't have anything to do with the song, but Jimmy just points out something that's happening on stage.
We have a special added attraction here. Oh, okay, yeah, this is like science project here, okay. But while we're doing this, there's 2 love bugs here attracted to each other under my toes over here. Oh, don't step on that bug. There you go. They're about to have fun. Yeah. So everybody's having a good time tonight, even these ladybugs up here. Yeah, I got it.
They launch into Sangria Wine. It was a really drunken, sloppy version of Sangria Wine, it was hilarious to listen to. Jimmy did not, I'm pretty sure that Mac was with him, but Mac didn't do any singing or anything. He might have played along in the background, but he wasn't like a featured player. And Jimmy played in front of the house band, which also included Lloyd Maines on steel guitar, and I haven't heard that name in a while. That's Natalie Maine's father. And it's been such a long time since I've heard that name. I thought he might have retired or something, but it was cool to hear his name mentioned. Fast forward to almost a month later to July 4th, Jimmy appeared on the Capitol 4th special on PBS right before the Washington, D.C. fireworks. But it was a pre-record, and he was performing a reggae version of This Land Is Your Land with Robert G. and Mr. Utley on melodica. So I've got a copy of that, and I'll drop it in right here, just a little snippet just to show you that I've got it. And then 2 days later was the first full-blown Buffett show of the new tour, the Life, I almost forgot the name of the album, Life on the Flip Side tour. And they weren't sure if they're going to do a Bing and Bong show, but they did. But the audio was terrible. Their microphones were so low, I could barely hear what they were talking about. So I'm not going to bother with the clip. Jimmy performed at the Ass End Theater, even though it's spelled Ascend Theater. He referred to it as Ass End Theater. This was Tuesday, July 6th, 2021.
That's what you call the bottom of the guitar.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Hey, there you go.
I wanted to say something.
The concert started with Hot, 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 which was kind of cool to hear again. And then they did this video intro, which totally threw me because it was nothing but Skype sound effects. And while I'm setting up on my recording, I'm going, why is Skype opening up on my computer? I didn't open up Skype. Why am I hearing all these sound effects? And then I found out later that it was the pre-record on screen. It was to show, it was like a video chat. Jimmy was trying to connect with all the other coral reefers, but they were all gone. Their rooms were empty, and it turns out they were on stage waiting for him. That's the gag of that. What do you think was the first song for the Life on the Flip Side tour?
I'm sure I heard it, and I can't even remember.
I'll give you a hint. It's from Life on the Flip Side.
Yeah.
It was down at the La-Di-Da.
I couldn't think of the name of the song.
And then when they start with it, it's like, of course, that's what the song they start with. And then the second song with Brown Eyed Girl, and they went right into it. Right after La-Di-Da, they went right into Brown Eyed Girl, which was cool because it really kept the audience on their feet. Third song was Changes in Latitudes. Fourth song was Knees of My Heart, and I've got a clip from the intro of that.
All right, thank you for coming from wherever you came from, be it West Nashville or West Hampton. I don't know, but boy, we got a good crowd on Tuesday, and let's just think, we've been creeping back up to try to get shows together like a little caterpillar. We started in California to 10 tables and 4 people. Went to Delray Beach in Florida, kind of wiggled our way back, and And so here we are, and so happy to be here and to play for you great, great fans forever. We ain't going anywhere. The band signed a contract that they're not going home for 3 years. We're just going to stay out here. Oh, was I mistaken there? Roger said that. He didn't want to go home. Yeah, all right. Do y'all want to go home tonight? I don't think so. I think we're here, huh? But if you get caught here in the moment that we did, I mean, walking on the stage, I got to be honest with you. I've done this a long time, but that felt as good as anything I've ever fucking done. I mean, thank you.
Oh, that's why Mickey likes that clip.
Yeah.
Drops the F-bomb.
There are a few of those in here. Matter of fact, he dropped the F-bomb during the intro to Pirate Elixir 40 at the Belly Up. He was talking about finding out that Bob Dylan and I'm supposed to say Bob Evans. That's just because I'm so hungry. Bob Dylan and Joan Baez sang a Pirate Elixir 40 at the Rose Bowl, and his response was, "You got to be fucking kidding me." But the reason I didn't play that clip earlier is because he uses that story to introduce Pirate Elixir 40 at every show, and there's a better clip of it later on. So that's why I didn't do it for the Belly Up. Anyway, that was Knees in My Heart. The next song was Slow Lane off the new album, which was cool to hear, especially with the referettes in the background, because they add a lot to that song. Grapefruit Juicy Fruit was next. Son of a Sailor, 5 O'Clock Somewhere. Delaney Talks to Statues because of Songs You Don't Know by Heart. Then Come Monday on ukulele and Volcano. And I've got a clip of Volcano because he changes the lyrics to Volcano a bit. And it's also interesting when he's at a venue where he disses them in the Volcano lyrics, and now he has to undiss them because he's there in front of everybody. So here's this clip.
But I don't want to land in New York City. Don't want to land down in Mexico. Don't want to land in a 3 Mile Island. I don't want to see my skin that glow. Don't want to land in Comanche Sky Park. Good to be back in Tennessee. Don't want to land in the San Juan Airport. Customs man ain't chasing me. Don't want to land in no Mar-a-Lago. Don't want to land on no Buzzards Bay. Don't want to land in no West Coast heat wave. I'll take Nashville on Tuesday.
There's a documentary called Under the Volcano that's about the George Martin Air Studios in Montserrat, where Volcano was recorded. And I guess it just came out. Buffett News I don't know when they posted it, but I just saw it today, and it links to the official trailer for the documentary. So I checked it out, and they misspelled Jimmy's name.
No way.
In the trailer, the official trailer, they misspell his name. I was so pissed off. But anyway, it looks kind of cool.
I just peeked at the Jerry Jeff website just to see who was at that concert, and they spelled his name right. I noticed it. I said, "Oh, at least they spelled his name
They
right."
better.
Yeah.
Well, they're like friends with him, so they know how it's spelled.
Right. Yeah. That's
Jerry Jeff's family is friends with Jimmy.
But this is it. Now, did we hear about this documentary in one of those podcasts back here in the COVID era? I think we did.
I don't remember.
I remember talking
First
about
I heard
that
of it was Jimmy talking about it.
Yeah, I thought we heard that something like that was happening. Maybe I heard this. It had nothing to do with Buffett. I just heard maybe one of my podcasts talked about how they were going to have a documentary on those studios.
There are a lot of cool old photos in the trailer. Old photos of Jimmy looking very young, drinking in the control booth, or recording, whatever it's called. Next song is Cheeseburger in Paradise, then One Particular Harbor, Little Martha, Cowboy in the Jungle, because of Songs You Don't Know by Heart, Growing Older But Not Up, Nobody from Nowhere, which was cool to hear again.
First Look. This reminds me, the Growing Older But Not Up, I think they put a different twist on it, didn't they?
They sped it up, and
they sped it up.
They gave it like our standard rock beat.
Yeah, I like it. I like this new version of it.
And First Look from Florida's Back Where I Come From, the Wino and I Know, which still has the New Orleans sound. Somebody told Siri or Alexa to turn the lights off.
Joe's power went out.
And Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw? It's a song that so many people don't like, but I think is fun in concert. And for some reason, Jimmy, he was talking about he wants to play this song at the Grand Ole Opry. He wants to be invited to play at the Grand Ole Opry. And if he does, he's going to play this song. He's going to do this song because it's based on so many country songs. And for some reason, he decided to sing it like Whispering Bill Anderson. You guys know that name? I don't either, but I guess he sounds like this.
I see girls cheering up out there. Why don't we get drunk and sleep? This one's for Whispering Bill. I just want a water that fill up for me and you. After all of that shit, if either one of us can move, honey, why don't we get drunk and screw? Yes, why don't we get drunk and screw? I'll ask one more time. Why don't we get drunk and screw? What if I took you to Hawaii?
Fade out. Next song is Fins. And then Margaritaville ends the concert proper. And Jimmy had this to say about the current situation.
All right. This brings us to Margaritaville. Listen, it's been a pretty good song. But I got to say one thing about it at this point in this time, in all of our lives, especially mine, I'd say there were days when I didn't know whether or where we would ever play again, but we made it here. And I just have to thank people like this band, this crew, first responders, healthcare workers, the MRA researchers who made the vaccine, that made it possible for us to play for you tonight. Get that vaccine. It's in your best interest. And that's what happened. Fun is back in the world because of that. So let's get back to Margaritaville right now. Thank you, Nashville, Tennessee. We got 2 more days. Oh, my math never was that good, but we're going to Margaritaville right now. All right.
First encore was Southern Cross, and then they did Sangria Wine again. And it sounded a lot better than the Jerry Jeff tribute concert because they weren't quite so inebriated. It was a really tighter sounding performance, and I think it's a great song. I think you should keep it.
I like it.
I know we rail on him for adding all these cover versions, but I think it's cool. I mean, he's singing about an alcoholic drink. It fits right into the whole tone of the thing. And the very final song was interesting because Jimmy did not come out on stage all by himself and sing whatever song came to him. The final song was A Pirate Looks at 40.
Yeah, I got it. Well, we started the weekend early. That's all I got to say. I'd like to make a little toast to this wonderful crowd, the first crowd back. We'll always remember this one. I will. Thank you, Nashville, for wherever you came. All right. And like I said, I came to Nashville the first time.
I like how he's smacking his lips after the toast. But I guess he's tired of having all that pressure of deciding what song to sing. So now he's just going to program the last song, put it into the set list. So that was the first night of the new tour, and 2 nights later he performed in Nashville again at the Ass End Theater. This time, instead of really quiet microphones for the Bing and Bong show, they had incredibly loud microphones for the Bing and Bong show, so it was so overmodulated you couldn't understand them. But anyway, I've got this clip from the show because Jimmy sings a little of Fly Like an Eagle, so we now have a bootleg of him singing Steve Miller.
I mean, we have all kinds of stories.
I'm trying to think of one. It wasn't Nashville, but I know one on you. That was in Lakeland, Florida.
Oh, boy,
After we came off of an
it's
Eagles
about time to go on
gig.
stage. Yeah. That's right.
Opening for the Eagles.
Well, we had been up all night in Cleveland. Do you remember where we were? And you flew with those guys.
I flew with those
Yeah,
Eagles.
and we flew.
Fly like an eagle.
We flew commercial, and we started teeing it up about 7 a.m.
And when I got there and got in the helicopter to go to the gig, they said, "You ought to see your band."
Well, we took a little nap.
Yeah. And you attacked a bathroom, if I remember.
Probably so. Yeah. Well,
I can picture it now.
We got through the gig.
Yeah. We hadn't even done the gig. The gig was at midnight. So we had
that was it, yeah.
Yeah, it was midnight.
And we were the headliners on that one.
It was your first big headliner gig.
Yeah.
Well, you got through it. It was a great show.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's the Bing and Bong show. Surprisingly, I really figured that Jimmy would change everything around. It would be a totally new set list for his second night in the same city. And it turned out to be pretty much the same show. It was the same songs. Some of them were moved around a little, but it was still the same songs. For 5 o'clock somewhere, he was talking about New Orleans, and he admitted that he lost his virginity there. And it's like, I really don't need to know that.
Yeah.
Though actually I do know it's because of an Entertainment Tonight story on Jimmy when he was in New Orleans. He actually went to the hotel room where he lost his virginity with a lady of the evening, and he's sitting on the bed where he lost his virginity, this 70-year-old guy, and it's like, I don't need to know this.
It's the same bed.
It was the same room. I doubt it's the same bed, but it was the same room. This, according to him, at least. I forgot to mention that for 5 o'clock somewhere, he was introducing Mac and saying that he does Alan Jackson impersonation. And then right after 5 o'clock somewhere, Jimmy starts saying Mac also does impressions. And then he catches himself because he just did that song. And the next song was instead Come Monday. And then here's a clip from Cheeseburger in Paradise, which is the 15th song in the set list. This is Jimmy making fun of Mr. Utley, like he likes to do so often. He's making fun of Mr. Utley's lisp.
And I don't know, I went out today and I had myself an Impossible Burger. I did. An Impossible Burger.
just had one.
I'll tell you, I like it. But I'll eat them, but every now and then, I got to go for a cheeseburger. Yeah. How do you like yours, Mr. Utley, when you're in town?
Oh, I like mine with lettuce and tomato.
Yeah,
Heinz 57 and French fried potatoes.
French fried? You said French fried?
Pommes frites. Big kosher pickle and a cold draft beer.
I saw these people bring in lots of cold draft beer a minute.
Good.
I have to pause it again because I forgot to mention that I include a little bit of the song in here, but to get to the part where Jimmy's making fun of Mr. Utley, I had to do another crossfade, so the song might sound a little awkward.
Good God Almighty, which way do I steer? Ow!
Try to amend my carnivorous habit, yeah. Besides, I missed my cheeseburger in paradise.
So there are the two parts where Jimmy makes fun of Mr. Utley, and it's not the last time he's going to do that. Here's another clip from Why Don't We Get Drunk? This is again Jimmy talking about the Grand Ole Opry and being chased by a guy with a hook who's going to pull him off the stage.
And I used to have these recurring dreams that I was on the Opry playing this song, and there was a guy chasing me, with a hook to try to get me off the stage. I haven't done the Opry yet, but by God, I will get there. And if I do, I think I might sing this song and watch out for that guy with the hook. Oh, God, here comes that guy with the hook. Oh, why don't we get drunk and
I just like that part. Jimmy's lucid dreaming on stage. He changes the dream to fit what he wants.
Again, I gotta say, all this during these COVID times and all the interviews I've said a million times, he's more open. He's saying stuff I really haven't heard before. And then now, even on stage and talk about where he lost his virginity, it's getting carried away. But
He actually mentions that on other shows, but I didn't record the clips because it's like, for one thing,
Mickey's haunted. Mickey's haunted by this.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect myself, but also it's not like this is new news because it was on Entertainment Tonight. I mean, it was on video, but not the losing the virginity, him talking about it.
I was just gonna say they found a video.
They had video that long ago.
Yeah, nowadays I'm sure there's video. But
He did Sangria Wine as one of the encores again, and once again the final song was Pirate Licks of 40, and this time this is the clip that I have of him talking about the Bob Dylan Joan Baez duet where he drops the F-bomb. No, I will not. I'm playing my clip. Shut up.
I came to Nashville the first time seeking fortune and fame in 1969. It took a while. But that same year, this other guy came to town, and he already had a little fortune and fame. His name was Bob Dylan. He recorded Nashville Skyline, one of my favorite albums ever here. And an amazing thing was I was lucky enough to meet Bob years later, I guess in the 80s sometime. He came into St. Bart's on his boat, and we got to hang out. And in 1982, this is like before internet, cell phones, and a friend of mine called me on a payphone from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. He said, "You're not going to believe this, but Bob Dylan and Joan Baez just did Pirate Licks at 40 in their set." And I went, "You have got to be fucking kidding me." Excuse me, but that's what I said. And
yeah, I like that one because he apologizes for swearing.
I have to take a quick dog bathroom break.
Oh,
I'm being summoned. Sorry.
I have to take a quick beer break. So
All right.
We need to put like a hold music on or something.
I've got 3 more shows to go through. So you guys want to keep going or save them for another Zoom call?
Let's go through.
Doesn't matter.
We don't have much. What else? Let's have a production meeting. What else do we have to talk about? I mean, seriously. God, there was something I had and I forgot. Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I really could go for is like 3 more shows of stuff.
That's a great idea.
I'm having dark chocolate and bourbon. It's supposed to go together.
Oh, Mr. Continental.
I pulled out the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked.
Ooh.
It's good.
Well, the next show was Saturday, July 10th at Noblesville, Indiana. And it's no longer Deer Creek. It's called Ruoff Music Center. And I guess it's really gotten built up since Mike and I were there. Because back then it was a party store that sold warm beer. That was like downtown.
Oh.
But I guess it's a lot bigger. Jimmy talks about that later on in a clip that I've got. I've got a little clip from the Bing and Bong show. Jimmy improvises a song, which might be on a future album, although doubtful. And also Mr. Utley suddenly wants to talk about Jimmy's hair color, which he usually refers to as Arctic blonde, but for some reason Jimmy blanked on it and didn't know what Mr. Utley was driving at. And then they ended up talking about coloring their hair in, years past, and both of them not liking the effects and instantly not doing that anymore. But the clip that I have is mainly just the song that Jimmy comes up with.
It's
back here.
We are. It's so good. There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people out
It's
there.
been 18 months, and I've seen that many people.
In 18 months, they didn't take a trip.
They
So
didn't.
now they came to see us, then they're going to take a sip.
Well,
I
take
just
a
made
sip.
that up.
That's nice.
Hey, let me have a little more of that.
Hey. Yeah, all right.
I'm going to start the show with that.
Yeah. That's a great idea. 18 months. Hey.
Sounds like there are a few wines in right there.
Well, Jimmy's got his
sips.
snake juice. He's got his snake juice that I always drinks before a show, which is actually tequila, but he calls it snake juice. And the pathetic thing is that Jimmy tried to come up with the lyrics again. He tried to repeat the song, and he got it all mixed up, and it got worse and worse. But I'll spare you that part. The next clip is from Knees in My Heart, and Jimmy talks about meeting up with everybody after the long pandemic shutdown.
You know, in the last 18 months, I mean, everybody had to find something to do. So it turns out we had the good fortune of having Radio Margaritaville and Margaritaville TV, where we could keep in touch with all of y'all. To the great first responders, healthcare workers, people that did everything during this crazy thing. This is a little song for all of them right here. And also tonight, I mean, we've kind of crept our way back into performing because, you know, as everybody couldn't do what they really wanted to do or loved to do, so we kind of started out like little turtles in Mike Utley's living room in Venice, California, going, well, we got our vaccine, let's get ready to go to work, you know? And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Just remember that. If you don't have it, get it, because we could not do this without it. So, and I have to admit this, I've never said this on stage before, but I walked in, I haven't seen my band in 18 months, walked in, Mike Utley's sitting at his piano, Robert Greenwich is behind me with the pan, I'm playing guitar, Mac and Eric are on Zoom, you know, because we're the old parts in the band, so we got the vaccine first, and everybody else had to stay home. So we walked in and started playing, and we looked at each other, we started playing like Volcano, and we started crying. And it was just, we missed each other that much, because this is my other family, as much as we missed you out here. So thanks for waiting.
So you go. That's the touching part of today's show. One particular harbor, Jimmy suddenly mentions Arctic Blonde to Mr. Utley in the middle of the song, and because of that, he doesn't say the "not yet" part. So I wonder if everybody in the audience was alarmed and afraid because he didn't say "not yet." Is that like bad superstition or something? So that's this clip.
When I see the day my hair's full gray and I finally disappear, I'd like to refer to my hair as Arctic Blonde. Thank you very much.
So that's that clip.
The people said it.
I was gonna say the crowd was into it.
Yep. But then I'm wondering if they you know,
Yeah, they
glanced around.
I want to say it.
He didn't say it with us.
So I want to say I really appreciate that song. That is such a terrific song. We know this, but I've just heard it lately. And I'm like, just what a great song! Whenever it comes on.
Here's a clip from Little Martha. It's not Mac's intro. It's actually Jimmy's intro, and he talks about fun being shut off on the planet again. But this time he adds a swear, so that means I have to include it. Yep.
Thank you, dancers, hula, line, hip-hop, whatever you're doing out there. Woo! All right. Are we having fun on Saturday night? Are we having fun? Yeah. When you think about it, though, when it all happened, it was first time in the history of the Big Round Ball they shut fun down on the whole goddamn planet, you know? And it was our job to get it back, okay? And I have a lot of help here in this band and in this crew, and that's we stayed together through all the hard times because all we thought about was getting back to play for y'all because you make us feel so good, and I hope we do this, we return the favor.
After that, I've got a clip from Cheeseburger in Paradise. Here is Jimmy once again making fun of Mr. Utley.
For those of you who did not tailgate enough to get your appetites up and you're still a little bit hungry, we're going to present to you a virtual cheeseburger at this point in the show. Well, we're going to pretend like it. Just think about the best cheeseburger you ever ate and just kind of, you know, remember it. What? I mean, they got some good ones here. I know. I'm gonna go with Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake's good. From right here, yeah. Steak and Shake saved my life many times. How about you? Where's yours?
I'd go with Steak and Shake.
You're gonna go with Steak and Shake?
Yeah, but I like mine. I like mine with lettuce and tomato.
All right.
Heinz 57 and French fried
He's
potato.
moving things along.
Oh
Yeah, I
my!
know.
Big kosher pickle and a cold draft beer. Oh baby! Good God Almighty! Which way do I stick?
Just
Was that the
took over.
kosher
He did.
pickle
He's
you
still
needed?
running.
A kosher pickle.
And I gotta roll back.
Kosher.
Was that the kosher pickle you needed?
A kosher pickle.
That was not in the script.
Next clip is from Nobody from Nowhere, and Jimmy's talking about farms and fields and cows, and I was thinking that was his refrain for the Midwest, but actually it's a lyric from Nobody from Nowhere, which I forgot till I listened to the song recently. Farms and fields and cows. So that's this clip, and also he's talked about his paternal grandfather quite often. Now he talks about his maternal grandfather. He's done it in previous shows, but this is the first clip because it just fits so nicely. So he's introduced Nobody from Nowhere with similar words, but here he is doing it at the Indianapolis show.
Farms and fields and cows. Yeah. It was great. I mean, after 35 years of coming here, we always land at a little airport out in Mount Comfort and come back through. And this place has grown up. I'm telling you. Yeah. There's like a sushi bar on the way to the gig. Remember when it was just farms and fields and cows and you came out here to Deer Lake and that's it?
He says Deer Lake instead of Deer Creek.
Let's go back to that time, shall we? Huh?
Bear Mountain.
This is a little song, another one written by our great friend and sometime part-time wingman Carl Reaper, Will Kimbrough. But when I first heard this song, it reminded me of going to Mississippi, and I know that a lot of people know that I have a sailing grandfather that kind of had a huge influence on my life. But my other grandfather was a farmer in a little town called Hickory, Mississippi. And we would go up and run those back roads of Alabama and Mississippi and go up to visit my grandfather on his farm. But he also had a great influence on me, too, because when he taught me how to chase chickens and milk cows, he also took me down to the Jimmy Rogers Memorial in Meridian. And he took me in and showed me and told me who Jimmy Rogers was and bought me my first album, which was the Jimmy Rogers album. And so he had a great influence on me musically because I love what Jimmy Rogers did for the world, and that he came from a little town and he was a nobody from nowhere, just like I started out and a lot of other people. So thank you to T.D. Peets, my grandfather in Hickory, Mississippi. And anybody that farms and fields and cows, I love coming to work today. They were still out there. All right, good work, Indiana. All right, let's do it.
And that's all you get from that song. Next clip is from Finn's. Jimmy is unable to finish the song. See if you can pick up when his voice just drops out.
You got this to the left, this to the right. You got me. Oh, you got me. You did. I looked out there and I saw 25,000 pins in there and I just lost it. Thank you very much. Wow. You think that didn't exist 50 years ago, there was no such thing as the land shark. We've invented a new species right here in inland, the Middle West of America. All right. So,
and then he goes into Margaritaville, and that's the end of the concert proper. And then the encores include sangria wine again, which was cool. But then he stops doing it. He didn't do it for the next two shows, which was a shame. Fast forward to the next week, Tuesday, July 13th. He was in Cincinnati, the big concert in Cincinnati. The Bing and Bong show was quite entertaining this time because Jimmy had the hiccups.
what was that about? Happy to be here.
To be here. I'm just happy. I am just happy.
I got the hiccups.
You do?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
What?
You got to talk a lot.
I may have. Well, anyway.
I was so excited to be here. I got the
You
hiccups.
remember the old days on the waterfront?
Yes.
Over across the bridge in Kentucky.
Yes.
But anyway.
But we are back where it all started.
We are. This is great to be back. Oops.
I got the fucking hiccups. I'm getting ready to go for 20,000 people.
How about some viewer mail? How about some viewer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can gasp on my way through.
Okay, here we
Hold
go.
your breath and count to 100. That's what my mom says.
Okay.
You gonna put me upside down on my
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
But listen to me. Scare me.
No, just wait a minute.
Wait.
Fine.
Just shock me.
Get him in! Get him! Hey! Oh! Yeah.
Okay,
hey,
so back to that question.
Mike.
The show will not go on time tonight. Hey, what did you do to me? Am I nervous because I'm back here? What is it?
I don't know.
You can't make this stuff up. That's all I gotta say.
This is live television.
but
This
it
is
was
live.
great.
This is live television.
Live television.
Well, it was on Margaritaville.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was hilarious.
Well, how do you guys get rid? He should drink. I drink water from the other end of the glass.
I have a foolproof way to get rid of hiccups, but it only works on me. And you just lean back, concentrate on your Adam's apple, and just relax your neck, and it works. But it has to be really quiet so you can't break your concentration. Wow. So it's tough to do it when there are a bunch of people around, but you just lean back, concentrate on your Adam's apple, and just relax your throat. And that's all it is. It's just the tightness in your throat. So just relax that.
This one.
It goes away. Huh?
Hard to discover that.
Trial and error. But it works all the time.
To relax and focus on my Adam's apple.
Well, just your throat, but I mean your Adam's apple is just in the middle of it, so but it's a tightness in your throat. You just concentrate on your throat and just relax. Just relax your throat. And then the trick is to relax it like a good half minute longer than you think, because when you think you're done, you'll get the hiccups again. They'll pop right back on. You just have to, once you think you've cured it, then wait like another half minute and then they'll be gone.
I'm gonna use this. Deborah gets the hiccups, and then it's a thing. It's for like a long time. It
always works. The trick is to concentrate on it. Is finding a quiet place where you can just concentrate on relaxing your throat. But anyway, I just like that part where Jimmy goes. I got
the team shirt right there.
Yeah. Special Olympics.
where Jimmy's saying to himself, I got to perform before 20,000 people, and I got the fucking hiccups.
Yes. Sorry.
This is.
I'll explain it.
Okay. Here's the clip from La Di Da where Jimmy screws up while singing. He sings the chorus too early. So see if you can hear that. Hey, Kate's flashing us.
You remember when you were last alive down at the La-di-da.
Wow, way early.
Next clip is from Grapefruit Juicy Fruit. He starts playing with the wrong guitar. So see if you can hear that.
We'll continue with a little forgiveness right here. I'm forgiving myself for this one, but this is a little, it's that Catholic guilt thing, That's when you clean up before the maid gets there,
sing the lyrics. Break into a vamp until I get back. Here's I'm almost skipping something. After Wino and I Know, Cheeseburger in Paradise, and Delaney Talks to Statues, Jimmy performed Havana Daydreaming. He brought that song back because of the unrest in Cuba. And the song after that was Nobody from Nowhere. He talks about farms and fields and cows again.
A lot of people know that my sailing grandfather had a big kind of impact on me, but my other grandfather was a farmer in a little town called Hickory, Mississippi, that had a pretty good impact on me as well. And I remember when I saw this song driving, the back roads of Alabama and Mississippi, going up to see him on his farm, learn how to milk cows and chase chickens. And the other thing was that he lived very close to the memorial for Jimmy Rogers, probably one of the great creators of country music. And he would drive me down there, and I didn't know anything about Jimmy Rogers, and he bought me my first LP album that I ever owned, which was a Jimmy Rogers record. And I listened and listened and listened to that. And then when I heard Elvis Presley, I went, oh, I know where he got it from that Mississippi guy. That other Mississippi guy got it from that other Mississippi guy. And that's how it happens, talking to a Mississippi guy who is distantly related to one of those Mississippi guys. Yeah. I'm distantly related to Jimmy Rogers. Which one are you distantly related to? We're distantly related.
Yeah, but everybody in Mississippi's fairly
pretty much related. Yes, that's true. Anyway, this is a little song that if any of you drove here tonight, coming through farms and fields, and then was waving to cows, and they waved back, you drank too much on the way to the show, probably, And if any of you who brought a cow to the show, damn good on you, all right? So this is a little song called Nobody from Nowhere, where I started out in Mississippi.
And the final clip is from Pyrelixer 40, which once again was the final song of the show.
And so I never got to thank him for doing that and thank him for the songs that inspired.
Oh, he's talking about Bob Dylan.
And so I never got to thank him for doing that and thank him for the songs that inspired me. So on the stage where a lot of stuff has happened for me. Hey, Bob, thanks for doing Pirate. Tonight I'm going to do it for one of my favorite audiences in the world. And thank you for doing it too. Because this is the way I played it for him on his boat in St. Bart's. Just sitting there doing it. I have a female grasshopper running all over in here. So that's quite. I don't know if she was going for the moon or the person there, but she's inspiring me as she's wiggling around. Oh, there she is. Hey. Enjoy the show, honey. All right. That's a first. I bet that didn't happen to Bob and Joan. Mother, mother ocean, I lived with several a while. Though I ran away, hell, they come back one day. They still can manage a smile. It just takes a while. It just takes a while. Patience, grasshopper.
Was a little thrown off there, wasn't he?
There was another crossfade in there just so I could get to the patience grasshopper part, which he's done many times before, referring to Kung Fu and David Carradine, but now he can actually address it to an actual grasshopper. So we jump to the next show, which is the final show of this first leg of the tour. We're back in Nashville at the Ass End Theater. This is a Friday show because the Thursday show, which I think was in Pennsylvania, was canceled. But there's this Friday show on July 16th, 2021. And for the Bing and Bong show, I saw earlier somebody in the Buffett News Facebook page, I think, was writing in to Bing and Bong to ask them, when Jimmy says Heinz 57, does he mean the Heinz 57 steak sauce, or does he mean Heinz ketchup? And so he was all proud about that question. And it actually got answered. It actually got asked and answered on the Bing and Bong show. And Jimmy just says, oh, steak sauce. And it's like, after I thought about it, it's like, well, of course it is, because Heinz ketchup is just Heinz ketchup. It's not Heinz 57.
It's not called Heinz 57.
Yeah, yeah. And Heinz mustard is not 57 either.
Because it's the story is they went through 57 blends of it to get to that steak sauce. That's why it's called Heinz 57. And also there was a lot of talk. Mr. Utley kept referring to, I guess the nickname for Nashville is Crane City, because I guess it's under construction. And so there are all the cranes around, which was like my nickname for Toronto way back when I visited there many moons ago. So Jimmy was upset because it should be Music City. It's not Crane City. And I mentioned that because Jimmy does mention it later in one of the clips. So we jump to the first clip of this show, the third Nashville show, is from Changes, the intro to Changes.
See, I don't know about you, but I got confused in the pandemic. I don't know, you know. We were supposed to, this is the show that was first booked about 2,000 years ago. And then things came down, and the next thing you know, we're playing here for 3 nights. Thank you very much, Nashville, Tennessee. But isn't that right? Y'all bought the first tickets to the first one, right? This is it. So I'm not good at math, but so this was the first show, but it's the third one now, but we're going to really give them a really good first show.
Next clip is from the end of 5 O'Clock Somewhere. And it's pretty self-explanatory.
Oh, and by the way, Mac just had a birthday.
When I'm 64.
Yeah, not bad for 64. Y'all want to sing happy birthday, man? Who's going to start? Y'all start. Wait. That sounded like a bad rehearsal at a pregame show. Okay. This is Music City, not Crane City, all right? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Play it, Mr. Baby. Happy birthday, Mac McAnally. Happy birthday to you.
I was already red before all that started.
Well, you're redder now.
I'm redder now. Thank you, folks.
If you've noticed now, this show tonight's being a little casual because it's kind of the end of the tour. We're having a good time, and we're in a town that's casual about it. So I thought it'd be nice to give Mac a little happy birthday wish. And
next clip is from a song that Jimmy brought back. Everybody's on the phone. I'm not exactly sure why he brought it back, but he did. And he also rewrote the lyrics. He mentioned Richard Branson's Space Flight, and he talks about social media influencers. But the really noteworthy thing about this song was that they took Fingers' harmonica solo and they added it to the live performance. So here is a clip of Fingers performing Everybody's on the Phone without actually being on the stage.
Wow.
everybody's on the phone. Play it, Fingers.
And
That's cool. That really adds so much.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
I
the
know.
way it's
It's just-
supposed to sound.
Exactly. It feels so
Yeah.
good.
But and they also left his track going to the end of the song, but I highlighted the solo. And Frank Marshall returned, producer director Frank Marshall returned from Margaritaville, playing guitar on Margaritaville. And there were only 2 encores, Nobody from Nowhere and Pirate Looks at 40. And here are Jimmy's final words from this leg of the 2021 Life on the Flip Side tour.
Thank you all for coming again. Remember one thing. I'd like to thank, in this crazy time we've been in, first responders, hospital workers, scientists who built a vaccine. If there was no vaccine, we wouldn't be having shows. That's the honest to God truth. Get vaccinated, help America, and we love you so much. Good night. God bless.
Here we go. That's
Nice.
eight shows from April to mid-July.
Oh, from April, yeah.
Yeah.
Skipping the 2 Delray Beach shows that I've recorded. I don't know if the other 2 Delray Beach shows have ever been broadcast. I thought they were going to be, but I didn't see any word of it. So it's slightly incomplete, but it's as complete as I can get it.
That's awesome. We covered a lot of ground.
I know.
Yeah, way to go, Mick.
I'm glad I was able to help you through that, Nick.
Yeah, sitting here listening.
I did miss the Cincinnati show. I was able to record all the other things, but I did miss the Cincinnati show. So I owe a debt of gratitude to the folks on the Buffett News discussion board that share concert recordings off Radio Margaritaville. So that was cool that I was able to get access to the Cincy show.
Cool. Well, thanks for doing that.
Excuse me. Oh, no problem. And I'm going to have to get right back at it, too, because he's back in the beginning of August.
Yeah, that's awesome. Which is like next week. This
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah. I was thinking that this would be the July show, but I'm actually not sure because I'm going to be kind of busy the next couple of days. So it might not show up till August. So unfortunately, that would mean no shows for June or July. But at least we recorded a July show.
See, you always can say that.
All right, I'm gonna head out, guys. Get some rest.
All right, let's wrap it up. Do you give the date?
Yeah,
again?
it's only been 3 hours.
Right.
I forgot a joke this week.
Yeah,
Oh, I had my
Wow.
hopes up.
surprising.
Or if we could do the knock knock. Yeah.
Okay, who's there?
Oh, well.
I'll do it.
Broken pencil.
Broken pencil. Who?
Never mind, it's pointless. Okay, so
It's a joke that describes itself.
I think you should leave.
On Netflix.
Very good. All right, I'll see you guys.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
See you, gentlemen.
All right. Bye. Here we go. How do you get out of
Leave
this?
meeting.
Oh, here's leave. God, it's been a while.
That's life on the North Coast, wasting